What is up, guys? It's Megasonic here with another Dragon Ball Super episode review. Now, I know this one's like a couple of hours late, probably like almost a day when this is get posted, but I had a lot of things to do the other day, so I couldn't post the episode the first day. And I also have another video planned. I plan to release later Monday night or so keep an eye out for that. But anyway, let's talk about our boy 17 and how he wrecked the competition. Kind of starts out where the last episode left off, where after Khalifa and Kale kind of did their thing. They took out most of the Pride Troopers out there, and now we're getting into Universe 2 fighters, which is Brianna, Sue, and I think her name is Kakasu Sa. I'll say because it's SA at the end of it, but uh 17, 18, and Goku kind of like split their separate ways, and as they're leaving, right, Goku's looking for Jiren, and then the three, I say the love trio. I'm calling them the love trio because it's easier to say all their names. The love trio. They all get together and they start announcing their transformation, which is a thing they like to do in Dragon Ball. Like when you transform, it's like a town meeting. Like everyone has to be involved. Everyone has to watch the show. Like same thing for like Kale's big explosion, but that was a surprise to everyone. But like this is like she announcing, "Hey everybody, we're about to transform," and as they're transforming, it's very reminiscent of Sailor Moon. Sailor Moon, obviously, because this is what these characters are parody off of Sailor Moon. I feel like Toei, if they had the rights to all these characters, I feel that they would have introduced Sailor Moon or some other characters from other animes involving in Dragon Ball Super, but that's just a joke. But it makes a good idea for a video I'm planning to do in the future. I'm gonna leave that surprise for you. But anyway, let's talk about this episode. So they're transforming. Everyone's like, "Oh wow, woo!" And 17 shoots them, shoots a beam at them, and everyone kind of scolds 17 for doing that. They're like, "Yo, dude, what the hell are you doing?" And 17's like, they were wide open. We like it was our chance to take them out. I shot the beam at them, and they come down. They're upset too. Like, come on, you interrupt our transformation. He's like, okay, I'm sorry, whatever, I don't care. Go ahead, do your thing. So he walks away, and they continue their transformation, and everyone's like, oh, ooh, all excited and shit. So the middle one, Brianna, we were seeing her ability. She turns into I think Ribrianne. Ribrianne, I think her name is. I'm sorry, I'm horrible at names, but Ribrianne, and she comes like I guess she's the leader. She has like a lot of ki, and she has like a lot of like abilities. She obviously is the strongest, and then you have the one on the right. She gets like a fighting gi, so her obviously she's better at close combat. And the one on the left is more animal based techniques, such as speed, agility, and attacking. And Goku, Vegeta, and 17 are like, all right, let's throw hands. So before they even get to that, the group does this technique where they charge up their ki and they shoot this like large heart, and Ribrianne sort of like charges it up. Brianna tries to like charge it up, and she sends it out, and it sends these little tiny exploding hearts where they drop down and explode. But also when it explodes, it leaves a aroma. Like even Frieza points out like this shit stinks. Like what the fuck is this shit? Because Frieza doesn't like anything lovey-dovey or anything. He will probably, if he ever goes to Universe 2, he'll probably destroy it. But like some people get a little confused and disoriented and kind of aroused at the smell, and it's meant to do that. But everyone's like, "Whoa, this is gonna affect them." But Whis points out that Universe 7, everyone's pretty damn stoic, so they don't usually let those side of emotions kind of cloud their judgment. So they're pretty like they're really well mature. One person they kind of feared for was Master Roshi, but Master Roshi, after training with Puar and like training with dealing with his obsession with women, he trained that and got to be able to. He's practically not affected by it, which is just wow. Meanwhile, the Elder Kai is just giggling and laughing because it's affecting him. So everyone's getting hit by it, and some people are not getting affected, like Jiren, Goku, and many other people were just like, "What the fuck is this smell?" And Jiren goes to try to destroy it, but then Vegeta destroys it instead. And catches Ribrianne's attention. He goes, "Yo, enough of this crap. Let's fight." And Ribrianne versus Vegeta. I think her name's Sue, the little one with the little fighting gi versus Goku, and what was his name? Kakasa. I'm sorry with horrible with names. I'm horrible with names, but let's call her the animal chick for now. You can hit a dislike button if you hate the fact that I can't really think of how to really say their names. Because remember, their names are in Japanese. It's not English. If it was in English, obviously I could say it, but in Japanese, everything's pronounced differently. But I'm done. Let's talk about it. The animal chick, she's fighting 17. So, Vegeta and, Ribian are, they're duking it out. Brienne is like really strong and really fast, able to keep up with Super Saiyan Vegeta. And Vegeta even points out like, "Yo, this is more than you show." Like, "Oh, go ahead, girl." They duking it out, and then she does this thing I call the Sonic the Hedgehog technique, where she rolls herself in like a ball, like how Tooper did last episode. She does the same thing. She rolls herself into a ball, but she has like this red aura around her, and she starts charging at Vegeta. So Vegeta obviously knows how to repel it. He revs his punch up, but then he sees her face and he gets this kind of creeped out, so he just dodges it. And he's like, "Yo, it was so gross. I had to dodge it. Like, I couldn't even touch her. Like, I didn't want to touch her. That's how gross it was." And as she's rolling towards, she runs into a fight between Piccolo and another dude from Universe 10, and he gets smacked out. But you see what happens when you make contact with it. It burns you because the dude literally got burnt to a crisp. I believe he got burnt. So a good thing you didn't touch it because he probably would have burned his hand. And it knocks him out. It knocks the dude out who Piccolo was trying to fight, and the dude goes all the way to the seats. Like they're not even knocking people off. They're knocking people to the seats this episode. That's how heavy hitters. That's how many heavy hitters there are in the battle. All the cannon fathers are beginning to leave these episodes, and it's about to be just straight heavy hitter fights, which I'm happy for. But I feel sorry for Universe 10 because Universe 10 was like one of the first groups to lose somebody in the tournament, and now they're like the second universe to be destroyed. I'm not saying that not in this episode, but when you look at the numbers, it's pretty obvious that this group is going first. It's going to be the next group going out. And probably next episode or the episode after, they're eventually going out. That universe is getting erased. That's the universe that Zamatsu came from. So yeah. Pew, they're gone. So Goku is fighting Sue, and she's her technique. I think it's called the Yachina or whatever. Like one Japanese dub said Yachanana, and one said, and the one on Hulu, not Hulu, on Crunchyroll say Yachina, which is like, how is it actually supposed to be pronounced? Because I have two viewings of it, and I've heard like the Japanese pronunciation, so it's Yachina, I guess. I'm gonna assume. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're fighting, and universe two god of destruction, Cleopatra, one who's their leader. She's talking about the girl's technique, her style of fighting, and what she is. Her attacks get stronger and faster as she keeps fighting. So she's constantly getting more power and power. So Goku is blocking her hits at first, but then she starts speeding up and speeding up and speeding up, and Goku's like, "Oh shit, I can't even keep up." And Krillin points out like, "Yo, Goku's getting pushed back," and so Goku kind of like pushes back away from her to get some distance, and she keeps revving up her punches to the point it starts forming ki blasts, and they start shooting them at Goku. Goku obviously is blocking them, knocking them away as much as he can, and then the last one when he about to punch it, I guess he can control the direction because when it spins at his hand, it stops and it goes around his arm and slaps him in the face. And I was like, that's some fire shit right there. But that fighting style looks really lit. So after Goku got embarrassed right there, so get to the main event, which is 17 against what was his name? Kakasa, or Kukasa, something like that. I'm horrible at names. I'm just horrible at names. Give me a couple of days, I'll know how to pronounce it right. But anyway, so they're fighting, and she goes to fight 17. And 17 is just, dodging her attacks like it's nothing. Straight face everything. I love 17. He straight face everything, so he's dodging all her swings and her flares and all her attacks at him. And she tries to come after. She tries to, come after 17. And 17's dodging every attack. But then she's proven to be a little bit. She starts speeding up. and she's using the rubble from the fight against Kale, and like team, like all the different fights that explosions just happened in the last 2 episodes. She's using that rubble to repel herself off around the rocks, keeping her going, which makes it. I guess that's the reason why we didn't see him until later in the fights, because I would think that that type of strategy wouldn't necessarily work if the stadium was still intact. So good job for them for waiting for their opportunity to come out. So they're fighting, they're duking it out, and 17's dodging. So 17 is playing around with her, because I was thinking like 17, when are you gonna swing on her? Because you could probably grab her in mid speed blitz. He can probably grab her, and at 17 and her duking it out, she comes at him trying to attack from behind, and he sustains a little bit of damage here and there, which is obviously a ploy by him, and then he throws up a force field. And the funny thing about the force field, I guess some people didn't realize, is when she hit the force field, I guess it has a magnetic or electric charge, which kept her stuck to the force field. So 17, she was like, "You was playing me the whole time?" 17 was like, "Yeah, pretty much." So 17 is like, he takes her, and he's like, spins her around. But like, he takes his force field, which I like. 17's main strategy and main signature move is force fields, and we need someone like that who's a very defensive fighter, like 17 on Z Fighter. Because too many, if this was Overwatch, 17 would be a defense hero. Meanwhile, Goku, Vegeta, Frieza, and everyone else are offensive heroes. And if you played Overwatch, you know damn well you're not supposed to have too many DPSers. You need someone in the back soaking up, putting up barriers, doing all this stuff. You need also a healer. I don't know who's their healer. I guess, I don't know, Krillin. Krillin's not the healer. I don't know. Krillin used to have Sensu Bean, so probably he's the healer. But there's no healer in this Overwatch match. But enough about Overwatch. So 17 spins her, which is funny, and throws her in the air. And he jumps up, and he just kicks her, and, I thought that was done. But in another teammate named Valka, she's a wing user. She's wing. She's one of the flyers. She flew up, and she's, like, grabbed Kakasa and kicked her off, and she used to repel that. She got this like blue fiery aura coming out of her body, and she slams right into 17. 17's like, "What the fuck?" Like, "Oh, okay, bitch, I see you." So he's laid out, kind of like annoyed, and 18 comes up like, "Yo, like, you good, bro?" And he's like, "Yeah, I'm good. I'm gonna come for their ass." And you have Valka and the animal chick. They're talking, and it's kind of like a love. Like, the whole thing's about love and teamwork and love and love and love, like same love, like Macklemore. And everyone's just like, "Yo, can y'all like stop? Can y'all shut up about that type of stuff?" So 17's like, "You know what? Time to get a little bit more serious," and he starts blitzing, and I mean blitzing as in he was on his Shadow Sonic, or like, I don't know, whatever Sonic OC character you have on DeviantArt, but he's probably faster than that nigga too, because he was blitzing, and I mean blitzing. Like on the screen, you just see zigzags. You don't even see him move. You just see zigzags. And I feel like this is probably the fastest we've seen anyone in Dragon Ball Z speed-wise. So he's moving so fast, and he flies up, and he hits the wing chick, Valka, and he does like some Leaf Village primary Lotus shit, and he's going around smacking her all from all different directions, and he just kicks her, and she spins like a spin top. He doesn't kick her off. He kicks her right to her seat at the benches, right to her seat. Like, I'm not even let you fall. I'm gonna kick you right to your seat. That's how that sounds. And he kicked her right to the seat. So that's one person down for Universe 2. Then, here comes, him and the animal trigger. They're duking it out. And as they're duking it out, she's like, "What the hell? How are you so fast and strong?" He said, "You think I was just playing you the whole time." And, he's pushing her. And, they're jumping and bouncing off the rubble and everything. And obviously, I feel like 17 would know how to fight someone who has an unpredictable animal technique, because he does take care of animals. He's been taking animals for several years and fighting with poachers, so he understands how animals fight and think. So fighting against someone who's like a animal expert is the dumbest choice. Like, if she was fighting against like someone like Gohan, it would probably fare her better in a fight. I feel like Gohan can still beat her, but like, she'll probably feel better in a fight than someone like 17 who understands animals and their movements. So as she was charging at him and, swinging and kicking and punching, 17's dodging, he's bouncing off, and he shoots a blast at her, and he shoots off, but she doesn't realize that he shot the blast to propel herself back. This dude, I repeat, 17's a savage. 17 Savage, that's his new name. I'm gonna call him for the rest of the reviews, the rest of Super, the rest of as long as the series go, or any other Dragon Ball incarnation, whatever. His name is gonna be 17 Savage, not Android 17. 17 Savage. You know that little light bulb sun thing they have to tell you how many minutes it's been? Yeah, he landed on that. He landed right on top of that, and everyone was like, "What the fuck?" And I think I forgot who brought it up. They were like, "How is this? Is this legal? Is this fair?" And Zeno, he don't care. He just wants to see a cool fight. So he's like, "Yeah, it's cool." And he's using the light to blind her, and he's charging up this blast, and he jumps at her, and he hits her, and their hands meet, but then he blasts her away, and she flies off, knocking her, and she's out the match. So I'm like, 17 Savage is his new name. I want everybody to sign a petition so when he's putting video games or putting any kind of any Dragon Ball, whatever, his name is just 17 Savage. 17 Savage. That's his name. 17 Savage. So Goku and everyone's like, okay, she's done. Brienne sees this and she's like, I'm gonna get revenge, and I guess that's gonna be the next fight for the next episode. Even though the next episode is gonna be a Gohan-centric episode. And at the end, we found out it's only been around 9 minutes, because since the whole tournament is 48 minutes, a lot has happened in 9 minutes, because they said it was 39 minutes left of the tournament. And literally, most of the universes, except Universe 7, has most of their people gone. Universe 6 and 7, I believe, are the only universes that still have most of their people. Like, Universe 7 only lost Krillin. Universe 11 lost a good chunk of 7 people on their team. Universe freaking 2 lost 3, and Universe I think 10 is gonna literally be destroyed next episode because they lost 7. So it's only 3. It's barely anybody left. I feel like after them it's gonna be the robots, and after that it's gonna be Universe 11 or probably someone else. Obviously, Jiren's gonna last the longest, so Universe 11 is still gonna be probably to the end. But everyone else, I'm not sure. So that was the episode, guys. It was some wonky episode. It was some wonky animation issues. Obviously, the animation between 17 and the animal chick was really well done. It had a little wonky. 17's arms. What is with his arms? It had good moments, but it was when he throws his punch, his arm always looks so much longer than it should be. And that's a weird thing. I don't know if that's how it is, because you look at animations of Super and you can see how weird 17 arm moves, and it's a thing they're doing a lot with his body. I don't know. It's not physically possible to throw a punch like that or move your arm in that way without breaking your shoulder blade or breaking your freaking elbow, whatever. But anyway, this episode was nice. The action was good. Introduced us to some new characters and their new abilities. We just got introduced to Brienne a few episodes back, but we really didn't get to see everyone else. I can't wait to see which else she can do. Obviously, Goku will be taking out Sue probably next episode, because he's not even going Super Saiyan against her. He just, fighting her in basic form, and she's kind of giving him a little run for his money. But obviously, Goku's conserving energy. But I think Goku, there's some people out there who probably might be able to beat Goku one-on-one. But as an end of that, I give this episode a 4 out of 5 due to action, characters, great fighting. Animation was kind of wonky, so that's why it takes it down a notch. But everything I say is a positive episode. I'm surprised. I heard this a lot by the community. A lot of people hated the episode, and a lot of people liked the episode. I'm one of those people who kind of liked the episode, but I would understand why you hated the episode. To the people out there, I would understand certain things, you're not interested in all the lovey-doveyness, and you feel like these two girls, cannon father, and just take, people are entitled to their own opinion, guys. Just don't be heartbroken. I'm done. Megasonic out. Remember to like and subscribe and share this video out with everyone, and I am done.